Hello, and welcome to today's episode of The Long Rest. I'm Brandon,
And I'm Logan.
and today we're going to be walking you through Druids, 2024 and 5.5.
Yeah,
So, Mr. Logan, would you mind starting us off, sir?
absolutely. Druids. They are your primal forces of nature through plants, animals, and elements. They are channeling their power to be forces of nature at the end of the day. Good, bad, or ugly, they are powerhouses. And infamously, they're known for being able to shift into animals, call upon those spiritual nature powers to help them out in combat.
Right.
Nature priests,
Yeah.
in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they definitely are up there on the strength.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, Druids are some of the most powerful classes you can typically see.
Not only powerful, but just versatile.
Yeah.
What the crazy thing about Druids is your imagination is about their limit.
Pretty much.
At the end of the day.
Yeah,
So,
there's not much. They can only write so many rules. Other than that, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we've done it every time, if you look over to our left, was a character sheet. In today's character sheet, we've got
Grond, the Furbolg Druid. So, Grond, Furbolg Druid, level 1. With all that being said, we start off, when you pick the Druid class, is when you start getting your Druid features. The boring part is your hit dice. That's going to be a D8. Just like all the other spellcasters, wizard excluded, you got that D8 of hit points.
Yep, the most common one.
Absolutely.
It's not too shabby. But we break right into our saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
So when you pick a druid, you gain saving throws in intelligence and wisdom.
Intelligence and wisdom. So I'll go through here and mark out saving throw proficiency in intelligence, saving throw proficiency in wisdom.
Now you get the choice to pick 2 skills that you're going to be proficient in. And you can either choose Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, or Survival. Pretty good options.
Yeah.
Definitely flows into your flavor of what you're thinking for your character. But what are we thinking for Grond?
I am thinking perception is something I always like as druids because it just kind of tells me they're in tune with their environment.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they got the senses of a critter. And then I don't know, throw one of those other ones.
I always fall into the nature.
Yeah.
It's perception and nature for me are like my
perception
go-to.
and nature.
They feel very fitting. Makes a lot of sense. You're playing a druid, like that priest of the nature. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Walks us right down to weapons and armor.
Right.
Robert.
This one's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
You get simple weapon proficiency and light armors and shields.
And shields. Yeah.
Yep. So I will write in simple for our weapon proficiencies. Armor training, we got light, we got shields. So no medium, no heavy, but at the end of the day, you got ways to make up for it.
That's true. And so you'll have your choice when you start out of either having leather armor, shield, a sickle, a druidic focus, an explorer's pack, and a herbalism kit plus 9 gold, or you can start out with 50 gold pieces. A lot of this comes down to your session 0, what your DM and your table kind of decide how you're starting out, what you're starting out with. Those are very important factors to the starting equipment equation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next we go into our ability score recommendations.
Right. And as we do this, we'll fill out what Grond's abilities would be just based off of standard array. So with the ability score recommendations, we always recommend investing in your prime stat.
Absolutely.
Which for druids, you're a you're a wizard, Harry. No, you're a wisdom-based spellcaster.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't dump wisdom by any means.
No.
And in my case, I'm going to make that my top stat. So I'm going to give our 15 to our wisdom score, which makes our modifier a +2. Our saving throws, since we got proficiency in them, is going to be a +4. Animal handling, insight, medicine, and survival are all going to be +2s. And then perception, since we took that proficiency, is a +4.
And that walks us right down to our next one,
Yep.
which when you're a druid, foreshadowing a little bit here, you are hopefully going to be wild shaping quite a bit. And the big change in 2024 is it's a direct impact of your HP for the
Mhm.
most part. So that means you're gonna want to be healthy.
Yeah.
Not only that, and you do have a lot of concentration spells as well as Druids.
Very true.
That is most of the spells I feel like that are Druids.
Yeah.
So those concentration checks are going to be important. So we would always, I think we both advise the Constitution's definitely the next one.
Yeah. Can't dump that one by any means.
No.
So we're going to put a 14 in for our Constitution, which makes our modifier +2. Saving throws, which AKA also means concentration checks,
Yes.
is a +2.
Now, I really feel like you have a lot of opportunity for flavor from here out on a Druid.
You really
know?
do. Yeah.
It's not going to be hit or miss on any of these necessarily.
No. You can either invest in your or like not your intelligence, but your mental stats or your physical stats. But again, it's just going to be for flavor.
Yeah.
I would personally start off with the physical stats.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you might be stronger, you might be more dexterous. If you're a druid and you're building it for casting spells, I'd probably lean the route of investing in your dexterity.
Absolutely, I would agree.
Again, just same as all the other classes, that's going to affect your armor class, that's going to affect your initiative bonus, and the vast majority of saving throws.
Right.
So I wouldn't dump that. We're going to put a 13 into our dexterity.
Okay.
So dexterity score of 13 makes our modifier +1. That's going to be the same thing for our saving throws, acrobatics, sleight of hand, and stealth. Everything's a +1 there.
Perfect. And I would say the next one, honestly, to stay with the physical stats, strength is not a bad one.
No.
Because if you do get up close and personal, and that way if you're out of wild shape or whatever have you, it's very similar to cleric in 2024. You do have an important choice at second level where this makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So strength is not a bad one here.
Correct. No, not at all.
To at least still have at least a little bit of positive.
Yeah. So that gives us a 12 for our strength score, which is again going to give us a +1 to the modifier. Saving throws and athletics, both going to be +1s. And we've said it already, but just know these are all very flexible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assign those ability scores where you want them.
Yeah.
These are just recommendations. Say you wanted a more charismatic, peace-loving druid, charisma might be a really good one to invest into.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, now we get into our very last two, which are typically what you're going to just call the dump stats.
Yeah.
Where it's completely okay to just say, hey, I'm weak in this point.
I have a weakness.
Yeah.
It's good. And that can either be charisma or intelligence. Really, it's just a flop of the coin.
Right.
So I'd say...
I really feel like Grand is going to be more of an intelligent druid as opposed to a charismatic druid. I think he probably...
Much.
Yeah, exactly. He's secluded. He's been in the woods for far too long, so everything out of his mouth is a little crass.
Yeah.
So his modifier for intelligence is going to be a 0 because his base score is going to be a 10. He does have proficiency in the saving throws, so that's going to be a +2. And then Arcana, History, Investigation, and Religion are all +0s, but with that proficiency in Nature gives you a +2. That leaves only the last one being Charisma. Again, this is just our dump stat, so that's going to be our 8, which is going to give us a -1 to the modifier, the saving throws, Deception, Intimidation, Performance, and Persuasion.
Exactly.
You probably won't be bartering. You probably won't be charming at the end of the day, but hey.
That's all right. That's what the bard's for, you know?
Exactly.
Good keynote here. If you're going to multi-class into or out of a druid, you do need to have a 13 on primary stat, which we did, of course.
Yep.
So that wisdom, you would have to have a 13 in. Just a good note to remember.
Yeah.
So, and that takes us right into the meat and the potatoes, as some would say, right into level 1 features.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind.
And with the level 1 features that I get to the right side of this page here, very first thing you get as a level 1 druid is spell casting. We've already touched on it. Wisdom is your primary ability, so that also means your spell casting modifier is going to be based off of your wisdom.
Right.
So your attack bonus to hit is going to be proficiency plus wisdom modifier. Your DC is going to be 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom modifier. Invest in wisdom. It's going to do you in the most in the long run for your spell casting.
Absolutely. And you're going to want to.
Exactly. The druid spells, everything with what you need to know for picking spells and how many you get of what level, that's in the druid spell class table.
Correct.
Past that, on Druids, it is another one of those daunting classes where you can choose a spell every long rest. You get to restructure your spells.
Yeah.
And Druids have a very wide range of spells, from utility to healing to damage. So the pressure's on every long rest to choose that right spell. Again, this easily makes Druids the most flexible casting.
Absolutely.
Because not only do you have the ability to wild shape to help alter your physical stats, you have the spell casting to just make yourself wildly useful.
Yes.
No situation you're going to come across and be unprepared unless you, the player, was unprepared.
Which definitely can happen.
Yeah, oh yeah, happens to me far too often. But aside from that, with the spell casting, you also get the Druidic feature.
Yes.
Base part of the Druidic feature is giving you the language of Druids themselves.
Yes.
Your own little private cool kids club language. It's going to be Druidic. Not much to say about that.
No.
You do have the speak with animal spells always prepared. It does require a spell slot, but it's always available.
Yeah.
So
Which is pretty cool.
even if you're not talking with the other Druids in your secret little language, you can talk with the animals in your secret little language.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
You also get Druids get a lot of things on the first level. You also get Primal Order, which this is kind of where you get to choose the exact flavor. And I think I said level 2 earlier, so it's actually level 1. This is where you choose that flavor of Druid you are going to be. You're either going to be a magician or you're going to be a warden. If you're a magician, you get to learn an extra cantrip, and you also get a bonus to your Arcana and Nature equal to your Wisdom modifier, which is, again, like we saw in the Cleric, the cool flip side of not having those being wisdom-based stats, but you getting the benefit of your wisdom because of it.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
This one just kind of cracks me up because Wizards of the Coast basically listened to the complaints and said, all right, here's a bone.
Yeah, like we're not going to move them out of the normal base.
Yeah.
Even like Nature makes a lot more sense to maybe be wisdom in that
Yeah.
moment, but you know, we're just going to let you have it in that class instead.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And if you're a warden, you gain proficiency in martial weapons and medium armor. So, pretty neat. Be that big beefy druid that can go up there, throw some hands with some nice heavy weapons, but then transform into a bear and start biting. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. It gives you that melee prowess as opposed to the spell casting prowess.
Yes.
Even though you still are just as large of a caster. So, a couple little bonuses to being that first level.
Absolutely.
You got past first level, which means Druids are going to get real exciting here, and the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the end of the day, truthfully, the sky's the limit.
Facts, yeah.
Because second level, you get wild shape features. Tell me all about it.
Okay, we're going to be exact here so that way we don't mess up anything, because it does get extensive when this happens. There are a lot There are a lot of rules to follow when it comes to wild shape. Don't be afraid; they're not complicated. Just sets the ground lines for you to follow. Okay, so when you have wild shape, that is obviously when you get to transform into a beast.
Mm-hmm.
When you do so, when you gain it, you have 2 uses. Per long rest, you're able to take a short rest and regain one of those uses, and then on a long rest, you regain both of uses, or expended uses.
Or all, because
Yes.
you do get more uses as you level.
Correct. That is very true. Your known forms also increase. So at second level, you will know 4 forms, and will increase again at 4th level to 6, and then 8th level will increase to 8. Also, along with that, the CR level increases per each of those 3. So it goes a quarter CR to a half CR to a 1 CR.
Yes.
So it's not too bad. You're still pretty low level to get to that max CR that you can at a base class. So it doesn't feel too bad like you're waiting forever to get to the peak of what you can.
Yeah. And with those CR restrictions also becomes a movement type restriction. 2014 saw a restriction in the swimming ones.
Yes.
However, that's completely out of the question now. You can change into a trout if you want to at level 1. What you cannot change into is any kind of creature with a flying speed.
Correct. Until level 8.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, those 4 animal forms that you can know, maybe you could change into a crow, but you just can't fly. You're going to be hopping. Yeah.
And it is important to know that after every long rest, you are able to change one of those 4 forms, you know.
Yeah.
So if you are going into the Underdark and you need to find something with dark vision, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to change something because I didn't have it. I can change it to it that next day and have it now in my repertoire.
Exactly.
So when you wild shape, there's a lot that goes on now. It's very nice because 2024 definitely really spells out everything for you, where there were some questions up in the air in the 2014 world. When you wild shape, all of your mental stats remain the same.
Yes.
But you do take on all the physical stats of said beast form. Your proficiencies remain with you, and you gain the proficiencies of the beast form, and you're able to speak still. And I will actually read that out exactly, because it has the one thing that was always a question in the 2014 world was, can I speak when I'm wild shaped? There we go. And you also maintain your feats.
Oh, yes.
So you only become significantly better.
Yeah.
Ultimately. The last caveat to that would be your HP stays the same now.
Yes, that's the biggest change.
You gain temporary HP equal to your Druid level. Yes, temporary HP equivalent to your Druid level. So, say you're wild shaping for, say, over here, Squirrel at level 2. Say you had 14 HP, you still have 14 HP, but then you get to add 2 into your temporary pool. So that's the biggest change, because you're no longer taking the HP of said beast.
Yeah.
And then transverting back once you are dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
So it does change it quite a bit. This is where we said Constitution is pretty important if you're going to be shaping a lot and being in combat. Definitely makes a difference.
Exactly.
You cannot spellcast. That is important. And then,
however, you can maintain concentration from a spell you cast before you are beast shaped.
Yes, it does not break your concentration.
Correct. So that means you can cast one of those long, enduring, concentration-based spells, beast shape, and then get in there and just muck things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you only have to worry about making your Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
Which is a really cool. That would be some pretty fun combat scenarios.
Yeah. And we didn't touch on this quite yet, but what's really cool about maintaining all of your features, your traits, your proficiencies, is you can really flesh out the amount of proficiencies you have as a character just by being able to beast shape into something, maintain what you previously had, and then add in all these different proficiencies. So you can really cherry pick between all those different beasts of being like, man, I'm not proficient in perception and I need to be during this time.
Yeah.
So let me beast shape into a hawk. Even if you can't fly yet, let's beast shape into a hawk or an owl. Just that way we have that proficiency in perception.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very cool feature. And especially since the fact that it is squared away that you can speak when you are wild shaped. So there's no like ramifications of like, let me just go be shaped and I'll just tell you exactly what I can see, what I can hear, smell, whatever.
Yeah.
You need to be able to stealth. Like there's some really cool opportunities there.
I'm smiling just because my dumb brain immediately went to like, you can walk into a tavern as a horse and order a beer, and then that bartender can look at you and ask why the long face. And you get an answer.
Yeah, that is true.
Or you could ask the chicken why he crossed the road, because that chicken's gonna talk now. Like.
Because you're the chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the.
Okay.
I mean, you can also speak with animals, so you can ask the chicken why you cross the road, you can be the chicken, cross that road, and then answer the question when that idiot asks you why you crossed the road.
Spend your whole D&D campaign waiting for one guy to ask you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You've got to have goals.
Fair enough, to each their own. It does spell out here object usage when you're wild shaped. Obviously, it has to make sense for the beast that you have to be able to move objects, grab objects, what have you. I think we're all very fine with that. And it is interestingly enough that says your equipment doesn't change size or shape to match the new form, and any equipment that the new form can't wear must fall to the ground or merge with the form. And equipment that merges obviously has no effect in it. But it does kind of give you some fun flavor choices that it shows like your form potentially wearing equipment.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Or potentially fall to the ground if needed be.
Yeah.
So there are some interesting choices there.
Yeah, absolutely.
that's wild shape in a nutshell.
And by in a nutshell, I mean in a chunk.
Yeah, in a chunk. You do get something else at second level, Logan.
Which is crazy. You just got wild shape, and now you have more.
Yeah.
You sure do. It's called the Wild Companion. It's so cool.
Yes.
What this is as a magic action, you can expend a spell slot or one use of your wild shape feature, and you get to cast the Find Familiar spell without material components for free. You don't spend a spell slot. Oh, you might have spent a spell slot.
Yeah, true.
You could have just cast. You could have just used your wild shape instead.
Yes.
But you cast the Find Familiar spell, no material components required,
Yeah.
and then that Find Familiar lasts until the end.
Yeah.
It disappears after a long rest.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of cool flexibility in being able to summon a creature to fight alongside you. I don't know. I think it's just really cool to use this ability to find a familiar and then beast shape, and then you have basically a critter running alongside you at all times. It's fun. You know, a squirrel and a bear tag teaming things up or whatever.
It's so useful.
Yeah,
there's
it
a lot
really
of use.
is.
And the fact that it disappears after a long rest, meaning if it can be a sentinel for a little bit while you're resting or whatever have you, that's really cool.
Exactly.
And just it does point out that when you summon it, it is always a fey creature,
Ooh.
so it is not actually a beast or an animal.
Correct.
It is a fey creature.
Yeah.
If that situation ever arises, but
And
pretty fun.
I really think the biggest takeaway from this one is it makes that Find Familiar very expendable.
Don't worry.
That was very strange.
Technical difficulties.
I didn't know how to shut that up. But it makes that Find Familiar very expendable.
Yeah.
As opposed to a wizard might be very tentative to expend their Find Familiar.
Yeah, because you don't have no material cost.
Yeah.
Like
The logistics
Oyster
of
man.
actually finding that much incense to cast Find Familiar, look at how much incense you need. It's so goofy. Somebody probably doesn't have 10 pounds
10
or
pounds.
something? Yeah.
It's pretty specific. You'd have to be a pretty large city, drop into 5 shops to even try to pin it together.
Exactly. 10 pounds of incense is a brick.
So, yeah. So being able to just have this expendable fake creature that if you need to go scout something, do it, whatever, that's super useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so fitting to the Druid too. I really do like it. It's just a nice addition.
It is.
So,
Yeah. We're finally done with level 2.
Yeah, finally. You got a lot. And you made it to level 3, which is our subclasses, right?
It sure is.
This is when you really let out your class. So you're either going to pick Circle of the Land, which in 2024, Circle of the Land, all of the subcategories are underneath it, kind of like what in 2014 was. They were all different circles.
Yeah.
So there are, if I remember correctly, all 4 circles are directly underneath it. I want to be exact here to let you know. Oh boy, why is it such a long page in the book?
While he's trying to find that, I'll go through
please.
the other ones. The other 3 are Circle of the Moon. That's your classic shifter, wild shape. Goodness, I can't talk. Wild shape is going to be most powerful if you're a Circle of the Moon Druid, Circle of the Sea Druid, or Circle of the Stars.
And
those are your other options.
Circle of the Land, you get to choose either arid land, polar land, temperate land, or tropical land. So in the Druid, you really do have a lot of opportunity for different choices here to be kind of distinct or specific.
Absolutely.
So
again, the limit is your imagination at the end of the day with this class.
Yeah. Takes us right to 4th level.
Which is the classic ability score increase or feat.
Yeah.
Your choice.
Not too much else. Stay there.
Exactly.
5th level, you get Wild Resurgence, which once on each of your turns, if you have no uses of your wild shape left, you can expend the spell slot to give you 1 use. Moreover, it's a no action required, so it is just a free choice to do that.
Yeah, so you can basically just, as part of what you're doing, burn that spell slot, regain your use of wild shape, and immediately do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And then along with that, once per long rest, you can do the opposite. You can expend a wild shape for a level 1 spell, And again, no action is required on that.
Yeah.
So if you did need something and you were out of spells, especially in this early game where you're still 5th level, only have a handful of spells, you have a choice of pulling back a spell when you need it. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. This might sound very pedantic, but at the end of the day, that feature could truly be life-saving to a party member. Say you've used up all your spell slots, you guys are fully burnt up, but you only used one wild shape, or you can even recover one wild shape on a short rest. That one use of wild shape is one spell slot. A level 1 spell is Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
You can genuinely save somebody just from this one feature.
Absolutely.
So it's very cool. I'd keep that in your back pocket at all times. Just keep an eye on that feature, you know.
For sure.
That leads us right into 6th level, which is going to go into your subclass. Whatever you chose, it's going to give you something as a druid.
Yeah. And then next we have 7th level, which we get Elemental Fury.
Yes.
Sweet name. So you gain one of the following choices. You get to either choose Potent Spellcasting or Primal Strike. Potent Spellcasting is you get to add your Wisdom modifier to all your cantrips as damage.
Yep.
So 1d8 plus whatever your Wisdom modifier is, on your cantrips. Or you can have Primal Strike, which once on each of your turn, when you hit a creature using an attack roll or beast form's attack, which is important. If you want to whack something with a melee weapon, you get to add 1d8 of either cold, fire, lightning, or thunder, and you get to choose when you hit.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's very cool, because then you can adjust that damage based upon resistances or vulnerabilities.
Yeah, you're not stuck to one type because you chose it 6 levels ago, and you're like, well, I chose fire, and everything I'm running into is fire resistant. You get to pick that
feels
flavor.
bad.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
It's really cool.
One thing with the 7th level feature is this is really going to tie back into that 1st level choice you made between Magician or Protector.
Yeah.
It just fluffs that feature up for you, really punches it up, makes it more powerful.
Yeah, you can dive in harder into that melee character if you want to, or if you're trying to split it out to be a little bit more strong between two, you can do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you get past 7th level, is 8th level, classically. Ability score increase or feature across the board. 9th level, we're going to breeze right past because that is spells. More spellcaster kind of tomfoolery where sometimes you just, on levels, you don't gain anything aside from more spell slots and higher level spells.
Correct.
9th level is 5th level spells. And 5th level spells as a druid are a game changer.
Yeah.
Sorry to your DM immediately. Whenever you hit 9th level as a druid, you probably need to write like a handwritten letter to your DM for sorry for every bit of choice that I'm going to make from here on out that's going to break your game and drive you nuts.
Yep. It is, that 9th level and 11th level, when you get those 5th and 6th level spells as a druid, the doors are open.
Yeah. I think actually the trees open up too.
That's it. It's the trees open.
10th level is a subclass feature here.
Yep.
So.
Which takes us to 11th level. Like we said, you'll get 6 level spells, but there's no class feature there. 12th level is going to be another ability score improvement and or feat. 13th level, you get 7th level spells, but no class feature. 14th level, I'll just take us here, and it'll be another subclass feature.
Yeah.
So we get a couple of quick level changes there for you. You're not really gaining a lot necessarily the class feature, but you're really gaining a lot on the back end of the spells.
Yeah, you're still getting wildly more powerful.
Yes.
Between how many spells you can cast, what level they are, the amount of spells you have prepared, and then on top of that, the subclasses and features from the ASIs or feat.
True.
So that gigantic little midsection, mid-level chunk is just going to make you more powerful. Then once you hit 15th level is whenever we're getting more druid class features again. This ties right back into our level 1 magician or protector choice. You get improved elemental fury. So 2 choices. Either the potent spellcasting. This one's pretty cool. Truthfully, I like this one. I don't know why. When you cast a druid cantrip with a range of 10 feet or greater, that range now becomes 300 feet. 300 feet for some reason, that's just a crazy long distance.
Yes. It's 300 plus the original distance.
Yeah.
So,
if I'm not mistaken, Thorn Whip has a range of 10 feet.
10 or 15? Oh, goodness.
What? 300? I really hope 2024's Thorn Whip is still that way.
Yeah.
Because I know 2014 it had a range of 20 feet. Meant it's a very limited range spell,
Yeah.
but still wildly useful because you get to pull someone 10 feet closer.
That's insane.
Now you're just 300 feet away from somebody, and
Yeah.
like a root just springs up out of the ground and yanks them 10 feet your way.
They have
you
no
know?
idea who did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
30 turns later, and they're in your lap.
Yeah, you're just, yeah.
Not to
just
mention you just
troll
did
people.
a bunch of piercing damage.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
No, like, I don't know. 300 feet as a cantrip is just really fun.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to make them all that more useful and flavorful at the end of the day. Yeah. So that's one choice. If you're the magician, if you're the protector or the warden route, you're going to get primal strike, which just means all your melee damages from either your weapon attacks or your beast form attacks goes up by 2d8 now.
Yeah.
So
Pretty juicy.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit extra damage should just pump it out.
Yeah, and which we should mention, this choice is directly tied to the 7th level choice when your first Elemental Fury. So whatever you pick then directly is tied to this. So it grows from that. You don't get the choice at 15. It's directly tied back to what your choice was then.
Correct.
So
Yes.
16th,
ASI and feature.
Yeah.
Or feat. Sorry.
which is a feature.
Yeah.
17th level, we're not gaining anything, but you've now unlocked the golden 9th level spells,
Yes.
which as a druid, oh boy, there's some really fun ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really fun ones.
No kidding. Yeah, 9th level spells for Druid is daunting, wildly powerful, and a lot of fun.
Yep, you can turn into anything.
Yeah. No.
So-
Yeah. Actually, you're not wrong.
No, this is when that happens. 18th level, you get the option for beast spells, which is
Ooh, yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
When in beast form, you can cast any spell except for ones that have a material component or a material that has a cost associated with it, or that consumes in that spell, but you can cast it in your beast form. So the door is really wide open. I mean, most of your damaging spells and such don't have, anything that would really stop you from doing that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
You just became a fire-breathing bear.
Yeah.
Or even just a crow dropping spells down on people.
Yeah.
Again, the sky's the limit when you got here, and now the sky's not the limit. You busted that. So
Right.
it's crazy fun. Moving past 18th level,
Right to 19.
19 is the classic epic boon feat or a feat, one of the two. 20th level is your capstone ability as a druid. This is called the Arch Druid. Take it away.
Archdruid, you get what's called Evergreen Wild Shape. So whenever you do roll initiative without any wild shapes, you just automatically get one back
Yeah.
right out the gate. So that that nature you pull that power into you going into combat. Hey, I get a wild shape one more time. You also unlock Nature's Magician, which you're able to convert wild shapes into spell slots. It is not a 1-to-1 ratio. Your wild shapes, consider them at 2 points, and then so every say you have 2 wild shapes you're going to convert to spells, or a spell, excuse me. 2 wild shapes would be a level 4 spell slot, and specifically more, it is 1 spell slot. You can't split it and be able to pick, back up 3 or 4 different spells. You have to go into 1. So, but it does give you opportunity, which you're level 20, but it does give you the opportunity to, hey, I need a 6th level spell again, 4th level spell, a 5th specifically, which don't know why you'd go odd if you didn't have to, but you can kick one back over to it if you needed to.
Yeah, exactly. So this really just gives you more ways and more opportunities to use your wild shape. 'Cause
Yes.
not only are you guaranteed to gain one back, so it's okay to spend it
Right.
to gain spell slots, but when you're really tapped on those resources, this is there for you.
And last but not least, I think the one that we all know and love is your druid's going to live forever.
Yeah,
Every 10 years that goes by, your body only ages 1.
yeah.
So this is where you hit your a millennia.
Yeah.
Lifetime, excuse me.
This is a very large change from the 2014 ones, because I think you got that a lot earlier on as a druid. It was like the Timeless Age or something. But it also, as the 2014, it was goofy the way it operated. The 2024 is a lot simpler in what it's doing. But
So that's the druid. I mean,
Yeah.
we've kind of hit on it before, and you kind of see it in these later levels as your spell slots and spell levels increase. you definitely see those class features kind of dial in a little bit, really specific and kind of pull back compared to those martial classes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're not losing anything.
No, on Druid, you're definitely not losing anything through here.
No.
So that was everything for the Druid and our Druid Grand. So thank you guys so much for checking out this class video. Make sure, while you're checking out the video, to check into the description and see all those sweet links that we got going down there, including a Patreon. If you guys are interested, don't feel too hesitant to click on that link and just see what that's all about, because we got several tiers that you guys can donate to. And we appreciate everything that you do, from clicking the Patreon links to checking out our Instagram, Facebook, Spotify. Am I missing TikTok? I was like, I know it's not Twitter.
Yeah.
All of those links, check them out. Like, comment, subscribe. Do the YouTube thing, would you please? You're already here at the end of this video. You made it this far.
And if you have been, and you might like us a little bit, so we do a one-on-one D&D actual play podcast. It comes out every Wednesday, called Commander's Log. Check us out there. Comes out on noon. And if you're interested, check back next Saturday, as we have another video coming out on the long rest at noon as well.
We sure do. So
until then,
thank you guys, and we'll be seeing you.
see you.